Panther Points Preview is brought to you by Bowman Auto Center, located on Route 30 in Rock Falls, your Sauk Valley no-hassle dealer. They offer late model pre-owned vehicles with several lending options available. Give them a call at 815-626-1497. You can find them on Facebook or online at bowmanauto.com.
Well, I mean, I've been on both sides of it, to be honest with you. I mean, when I started here, we only had 19 kids in the total program from freshman through senior and 10 people in the stands and, nobody around, and then we went for, 3 years in a row where we were ranked 9th, 10th in the state. We even got higher than that in 2013. So I've been on all sides of it. To me, we try not to pay attention to any of it. Because when you do, that's when you lose sight of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. And last year, I think we did get too caught up in some of those things. And it doesn't help any. Matter of fact, it's probably toxic for our program more than anything else. So, we just got to focus on who we are and what we do. Yeah, we have changed the scheme, though, overall. And a lot of that was we had, last year we had to make so many adjustments within our base scheme because of all the different teams that we were seeing that we felt like we had too many responsibilities and rules for kids, and we really had to change defenses to really simplify it, in all honesty, so that it's easier for them to understand their rule and then how to jump back and forth once we're going to see wide open this week, and then next week we'll turn around and Orion probably in double tight wishbone the whole game, so we just got to have that versatility and be able to be simple with our kids so that they understand where they're supposed to be. Eric Robinson will be kicking off for us, and he's the best kickoff kid we have in the program. So, he'll be doing the kicking off for the varsity. And then Levi Cole will be doing extra points. And Levi can kick off too, and Eric can probably do extra points, but they're kind of backing each other up there. Well, again, we lost some close games, and we missed out on a lot of point after touchdowns. A lot. If we had a kicker we could line up every time, just kick one, that's obviously why the big boys do it that way, because then you don't want to feel like you're chasing points. And, sometimes when we were going for two, our kids are still excited about the touchdown, and they don't execute like they should in regards to two-point conversion. And we've had, to be honest with you, that's kind of plagued us ever since, we kind of went on our playoff run, even in 2012, 13, 14. We were doing that where we were scoring touchdowns and not finishing afterwards. So, hopefully this gives us the luxury that we can just line up and kick it and not have to chase. Again, I think we understand our roles, and I think we understand our assignments. I think we have kids that understand who we are and how we win and how we can move the football together. And that's the biggest thing that I always want to see. Do they understand where the next guy is supposed to be and where they're supposed to be? Do they understand really our option football, which is fairly complex? And these kids do. They seem to have a very good handle on that. So I think, as a unit, we can spread the ball around to all of our backs, and we can move the ball down the field. Cody's going to be electric. He's going to have those runs in games. Not all of them, but he's going to have those in games. He'll get them this year, or he'll just, he'll pop one off because he is one of the more faster kids in the conference. He'll prove that in the track season. He did last year in track season, and he can prove it on the football field. Orion last year, we were down, and we got the ball with 3 minutes left, and Nathan was in at quarterback. Because Philip was out and he let us right down for a score, to put us ahead. But we were that confident with Nathan all last year too. We really felt like, we had Nathan. If anything ever happened to Philip, we weren't really going to lose a step, really at all with Nathan. Yeah. So, going into his senior year, we're even that much more confident with him. They're a kind of team that you only just try to contain, It's very difficult to go out and just flat out stop them, especially with the weapons that they have on offense. So, so Drake is really the guy, that they're going to let kind of manage the whole thing and run the whole show. but they also have a very good running back who touched the ball quite a bit last year. Number 25, Brian Hurst, his name. He's a very talented kid. And I think they have 8 or 9 returning starters, and I think a lot of people are high on them. I just saw the preseason rankings came out, and they got some votes down there. So, there's a lot of talent there. So, big test. I think we've got them ready for it. And got him ready for the strength of his arm. That's the one thing I don't think they quite, you don't understand as a high school player on how far he can throw the ball too. Sometimes you can kind of slow down on your back pedal when you're at 30 to 40 yards in high school, but not on this kid. You got to be in a pretty good back pedal and a pretty good run at 50 yards still, because he can throw it that far. I really think maybe the small school side might have a little bit more this year. I really think Orion has probably the best overall talent across the board, this year, as far as what they did last year in the postseason, and then the amount of kids they have coming back. So experience and talent, they probably have the upper hand right now as far as the who's going to vote for who. I would vote for Orion as far as maybe at the top of the league right now. And we don't play Fulton, but I think they have an awfully good core kids coming back, just based on what I saw from a couple years ago. So I think they're going to be pretty darn tough, and nobody can ever count out Newman, because they're at the top every year. And we don't play Rock Ridge either, but I think Rock Ridge got some votes, and is also coming off a lot of postseason appearances again as well. So I think there'll be a lot. Princeton's coming off a quarterfinal trip, and I think they have that program rolling. So there's just a lot of good schools week in and week out will play.